It's the Cable
New cube season. You can draft cards like Flame Tongue Kavu. I'm gonna grab that Palace Jailer. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, interesting. If we'd taken the Grief, we'd be following that up with Psychic Frog. Bombardiers is the best card in the pack. It's awkward to go pack one, pick one Palace Jailer, and then pass Solitude. But maybe it's fine if we're just gonna like be Boros anyway. Hey, good afternoon, Sataglo. How's it going? Oh man, maybe I can be Big Boros. Every time I see an Atali, I want to jam it. The Touch of the Spirit Realm is like kind of good with the Palace Jailer, a little blink effect there. Myself, I fucking fucked up my back again being stupid. So I'm a little mad at myself right now. But I am excited to draft this cube. Actually, can we Recurring Nightmare? Can we just be like Mardu value Recurring Nightmare shit? But Solitude would have paired well. Aesop Crow's Tongue. Just like having an unkillable Bombardiers seems like a winning combination. This is a fucking start. This is some kind of a start here. A little Flage action. It's gonna be hard to have the mana base for Flage and Recurring Nightmare, but I'm gonna try. The red-black 2-drop would have played well too, Plays good with Recurring Nightmare, discard outlet, and a body to sank. The mana rocks aren't helpful. There's no way I want that through the reach, is there? I don't think so. The other option here is Detective Phoenix. Vintage Cube, the returning. That's right, baby. Alright, we have landscapes. I don't know if we have enough 3-drops in here. Let's get this Season Pyromancer. So, both the Path and the Solitude disappeared, but none of those 2 white cards did. Yeah, this curve sucks. And we don't have any of the fixing that you would need for Recurring Nightmare. Well, there's... A little bit of cube constructed for limited. A little bit of cube. We've had a couple cube days recently, but... I'm gonna grab that Swords to Plowshares. That's what I'm gonna do. I feel like maybe I should be trying to do Sneak Attack, Recurring Nightmare things, but I don't think we're gonna have the curve to ramp into it, and most of our stuff's like not really sneak friendly. Swords is so good too. A little Ocelot Pride. I'm into it. Yeah, the Sneak Through the Breach deck would have gotten the Emrakul, then Atali would have had a chance to hit Emrakul. We got Berserk Slickshot in the sideboard. It's kind of cute. Yeah, ideally all of our black sources would be duels. So like the most of our mana base taps for Flage as possible. Hey Marlin, much love. Ooh. I'm gonna grab Blood Crypt here over Inspiring Vantage, mostly because the Oliphant can grab the Blood Crypt. And then even if the only black card I play is Recurring Nightmare, I think that'll be good. A little Wooded Foothills, maybe. A little bit, maybe. Ooh. So we kind of need Generous Plunder curve-wise, but I don't think I'm going to pass Athari for it. I don't have that kind of willpower. A little Mardudu, yeah. Yeah, we first picked Palace Jailer, and then our second pick was like Broadside Bombardiers and Solitude. And I was like, I think if we'd taken the Solitude, we never would have moved into red. I mean, we saw that late Flage, but I think I would be trying to be white-black. And black hasn't been that open. We passed like a Grief and a Solitude, or a Grief and a Psychic Frog last pack, so that makes sense. Yeah, DM and Kolaghan's Command are both like pretty reasonable in this color combination. Just like reasonable cards to play. I think black's going to be like more of a splash color, so I don't think Dam would be super castable. I think I'm just going to grab the Sunbaked Canyon. A little bit of fix in there. Well, I said black was going to be a splash, but I kind of want to play this crab. I should probably be taking the Karizev just to fill out the curve, but oh well. Kitchen an early Caleb? Yeah, a little early. The Blink Dog would be good now that we have Overlord, Oh, man. Hell yeah, Bands with Legends. Coop. Metamorphosis is actually very good with Recurring Nightmare. Hey, the Vantage came back. That's a good sign. That's a good-ass sign. Well, Flicker Wisp, Overlord into Flicker Wisp could be cool. Could see that working out. Last pick Gaia's Cradle. That's a fucking. That's telling you something. That's telling you something. Mostly this draft pod doesn't like green very much. I really want that Savai Triome. It's like my Triome, but I don't think I can pass Guide of Souls. Now when I got Ocelot Pride here, it's just not in me. Could take Chain Lightning, have an early game removal spell. Staff's tempting. This is a solid number of like token production here to draw cards. Oh, I wonder if Chain Lightning's better than Oust. Staff does always perform. Actually, thinking about Shieldred's Edict. A little Badlands action or Flame Slash. Scrubland would have been nice. Or a plateau, like an actual plateau for the Oliphant and the Wooded Foothills to grab. Alright, I'm just gonna grab the Badlands. It still helps. Containment Priest, maybe not the best card with Recurring Nightmare. Really good with Flicker Wisp, though. I'm looking at Currency Converter and Reprieve here. Glimmerland's a little tempting with the Athari, huh? Get another Rebel in there. That was Lelia, too. Overlord's another good one for the Flicker Wisp to blink. Suppose that works. Yeah, we're low on interaction, and it's very expensive, but I'm going to grab Vindicate. Oh, the Triumph came back. Nice. And the Oust came back. Could see boarding the Tarfire in. The opponent's got a bunch of dorks or whatever. Crazy how fast Lelia went from one of the best red creatures to an afterthought. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of power creep there, Still a very good card, but there's like a bunch of other threes that compete with it now. I think I want that Deathrite Shaman. I just need some fucking early plays, Oh shit, what up? Hey, Dirk80, thanks for the sub, thanks for 49 months. I did pass a Lelia, yeah. I kind of want to cut the Seasoned Pyromancer to lower my red commitment. But I don't think it's going to be hard for us to get double red, and we need it for Flage anyway. It's really not cutting Flage. Maybe I'll cut the Glimmer Lens. This deck would have really loved that dog, The Blink Dog. The Pyromancer's good with a currency converter, too. Bin some things, spit out some 2/2s. Alright, I'm going to cut Bone Crusher, even though Bone Crusher's really good. And I think I'm going to cut Lingering Souls, even though it's, like, another card that I enjoy, like, value milling and looting and such. More tokens for staff. Yeah, I kind of want to play it. Alright, I'll cut the Glimmerlands. And I believe we need, like, a lot of planes. Because we have these, like, black-red lands that we can tutor up. Wooded Foothills. Oh, no, we got the Spy Triumph. Okay. Our mana is going to be actually pretty good. So this would be, like, 10 white sources, which is about appropriate. And then for black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which feels like plenty. And then that would be 2 swamps that don't tap for Flage, which is okay. And then red here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, ideally red and black would be 9 and 9, but I do like waiting towards red because, again, of Flage and such. How's the back going? So the back was... I'm actually, like, really mad at myself because the back was doing really well. It was to a point where I had several days in a row where I had, like, actual no back pain. And we were going on walks, and I was doing silly things like jumping up on stumps and stuff, and was still totally fine. And the last couple days of streaming, I wasn't even wearing my back brace, and I was back in my, like, regular chair that, like, had, like, it's less stiff, and so I can, like, move around more, and so there's, like, less direct support. But it's, like, better for me overall, because, like, movement is good, right? And then last night, I was, like, really excited to be physical again, and I pushed it a bit. And then today, I knew that it was, like, a little bit vulnerable, and I still just, like, put my back brace on and tried to do things, and it was bad. So I feel like I've, like, gone back a week or two, and I'm, like, asking my fiance to, like, go grab things for me because it's, like, kind of a lot to, like, get up and move around now. Anyway. Logistics suck, yeah. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Viscid Hominid, thanks for the 19 months. Nice. Australian Kisses? Is it because it's the land down under? Amazing. I've never heard that. We were on a car ride the other day, and this song came on the playlist, and I started, like, humming along, like, doo 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 doo, with the stupid pan flutes. And she was like, "Oh, what? My hand slipped," like, changing the track. Enough of that, then. I'm gonna... Obviously, like, the Edict isn't very good with this Epicurean play. So next turn, I'm just gonna Pyromancer and make some 2/2s, hopefully. They won't be doing anything too nasty. Gabtools had something similar. Thought they were doing better. Went camping. Put a cooler of ice in the car. Life sucked for over a week. Yeah, brutal. It doesn't take much, does it? It really doesn't fucking take much. Oh, do you want to uptick? Oh my god. Awkward. Just the awkwardiest draw of all time. Just the stupidest little chorus. I love it so much. Pretty sure those are not real pan flutes, unfortunately. Just the like synthesizer doing it, jamming it out. Block, I block. Currency Converter plays well with Liliana. It really does, yeah. Yeah, this is that band that, like, only writes about Lord of the Rings. Putting Fnatic in the graveyard could indeed be dangerous. We could be gifting them a 4/4 to use with their Torsten, but I didn't, like, have amazing options in terms of putting into play. If I drew my Recurring Nightmare, then I would want to recur the Metamorphosis and the Atali, right? And I can't tap the Currency Converter to discard 2 cards at once. So I kind of just have to play towards my own deck. And if they rip an Animate Dead and get like a free value 3/4 out of the deal, that sucks, but such is life. The Atali, on the other hand, we're going to kind of protect for a bit. Because them getting an Atali is much worse than them getting a value. Whatever the fuck. It's dead. I'm going to bring in Thalia and cut Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls is really good against that Liliana we saw, but I think we're already pretty good against Liliana. And then I think I want Touch of the Spirit Realm just as another answer to big chonkers. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we're just like good. Maybe we're just good on stuff. Reminiscent of Nightwish? Yeah, in the same genre. I don't actually know which band came first. Maybe Nightwish is reminiscent of them. Active from 99. I think Nightwish is older than that. Very similar starting. I think Nightwish, yeah, they started in 96. So very much the same era. Oh, fun, Bloody John. Got me. If they grab the Death right, then I think I'm just grabbing my my tap Triland. Yeah, they might be worried that Deathright's an actual graveyard hoser in my deck. It's not. It's just this is a terrible mana dork. That's kind of how I am with Luvite Daiko. I really like some of their older albums, and I'm like kind of medium on their newer stuff. Yeah, I kind of feel like I just made a clunky aggro deck, right? Can you win with a Boros deck that also has 6 drops locked up in your hand? Voxy! Hey, thanks for the raid, Voxy. Hope you had a dope stream. We're listening to Lord of the Rings Power Metal and drafting the new Vintage Cube. I'll give Voxy a shout out. Y'all should follow Voxy. She's fucking hilarious. Was she... she was doing, like, Pokemon or something the other day, right? I know it was a different card game. Oh, it was Balatro. That's way different. Tried a little EOE draft. Wasn't feeling it. Sure. Yeah, sometimes you just have days like that, One of the things about streaming is that, like, when you're there, like celebrating with people, when you're, like, crushing it and things are going well, it just, like, elevates it. But if you're having a rough one, it's, like, kind of hard to push through sometimes. Like, that also gets accelerated just the other direction. I'll give you anyway. That's how it is for me anyway. I'm sure every streamer is a little different. Simply Cole with the 16-month sub requesting some Bridge City Sinners. We can maybe play some folk later. I almost put on my punk playlist today. I have such a mana-intensive hand, and we're just like sitting here with our 2 lands, like, yeah, maybe I'll do something. Oh shit. I guess. I mean, if I had a land for the Bombardiers, second, that's fucking 8 damage. Y'all know about... Can I tell y'all about our Lord and Savior Broadside Bombardiers? This is one... I was playing a little bit of Brawl on Arena the other day. Your Arena viewers. Yeah, I was playing... I was trying out like the new Brawl release stuff. They like just dumped a bunch of new cards. Farming gems from us players, of course. But I was building some red decks, and like they added a bunch of like bombers, like really like banger cards, right? Like Pyroglyph and stuff. And I looked for Bombardiers, and I didn't see it on Arena, and I was like, that's probably for the best. That's not a that card's a little fucked up. I'm sure they'll add it at some point, but for now, I guess be grateful. They're like almost dead. Like if I sack Metamorph, they'll be at 7. I'm just gonna chill here, but it's tempting, huh? What are a few of my go-to punk bands at the moment? My playlist is kind of all over the place. I probably listened to like a solid amount of like the Menzingers. I like Against Me a lot. Hey, we got our 3rd land, turn 7. Here we go. And then the Overlord comes down. We got a Palace Jailer 1 mana away. And if you hit the Palace Jailer, it's going to get you the mana for the Athari. We have a Shielded Edict if they play a critter here. Dropkick Murphys just released a new album. Yeah, I was like never huge on them. I always thought they were like kind of fine. They were very popular when I was in high school. Is it good though? Like should I be checking it out? I remember them and Flogging Molly were both like big at the same time, and then I kind of thought that like Flogging Molly had more depth. Like the old, I was more into Dropkick Murphys when I was literally in high school. Their sound, you know, their energy, and then like the older and older I got, the more I preferred Flogging Molly. Oh, I don't have to do this in response because it's non-token anyway. Well, whatever. Prof almost missed yesterday's stream on set and hopped in for like 10 minutes just to make sure you don't miss any of the 365. Aw. Have you caught literally every day, Prof? I suppose that shouldn't be surprising to me. That's fucking wild, though. That's bananas. And then the Overlord gets to rebuy Broadside, and that gets to be fucking great. Didn't miss a day, even at Gen Con. Wow, that's impressive. Justin is also caught every day so far. Holy shit. Caleb's got some fans. 104 days in a row? I wonder if anyone's going to catch all 365. It sounds like Prof intends. Triflin's like, yo. You're just thinking Caleb will catch all 365? I got invited to be involved with a couple of in-person charity events. I hate binning that Recurring Nightmare. The Recurring Nightmare kind of makes my deck make sense a little bit. Yeah, it can be weird sometimes, Moxony, for sure. That's right, being able to exile the strip mine might prevent them from looping it in the future. Our sins yesterday with Ren and 6. Yeah, there's some fucked up games there. You missed Ren and 6 shenanigans? Well, they added Ren and 6 to Arena, and in Brawl, you can just have a Planeswalker be your commander, and it was trivial to strip mine lock people. It was very easy. It was it was like just like every single game, like opponent conceding on turn 3. It's like, all right, this is. We did it for like 2 hours, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. There were a bunch of sickos watching in chat. They were like, "Bar, bar." This is like I don't know, tearing the legs off of a spider for like a child's amusement. This is fucked up. We got to do something else. Yeah, well, that's pretty winning, Yeah, I was hoping we were going to be able to oust the food token and just clear the Oko here. But I think we need to hit the ice till. And then are we just like trading, I guess? And then they could just strip lock me into turn 2 anyway. It's not great. It's not a great spot. Worth noting that Dark Depths in their graveyard, Would have been a cool one to blink with a Seer Flicker Wisp, but I don't think we're going to have that kind of time. Getting the 2-4 might be real good. Oh, yeah, it's super good. All right, you win, you win. Well, yep. Why is the bottom right talking about RC qualifier? I don't know. I did join a limited RC qualifier, so it might be like giving me numbers from that or something. I was in a modern one last Friday. It might just be bugged out a little bit. Who knows? It was an ill-timed metamorphosis, I tell you what. City Man with 11 months and time to get absolutely cubed. Yeah! Let's get real cubed up. I'm gonna fire this off. Just a fucking lava spike here. Hell yeah, Arboreal. And I don't have my Vindicate or anything for this Crucible, so we kind of just gotta chill and hope they don't fuck me up too bad. We're only 1 man away from this Athari. That could be good. Hell yeah, Triflin. 100 play points. That's enough to draft, baby. That's all you need. Hexmage, sure. But no Dark Depths. Maybe that's bait. I'm just gonna do this. If I hit the land for the Athari, I'm gonna want to like be able to serve and have the 2/2 survive. Land, please. Oh man, we can exert Arena of Glory to give the Athari haste. That's pretty good. Does my bird simply win? Circle yes or no. Oh, untapped land for the Metamorphosis. That'd be so sick. With it hasted up. It'd be so good. Come on. Oh my god. Yes. Hell yeah. Oh shit, what up? Hey, MTG Magic Mike. Thanks for the 4 months there. Thanks for the 3-month streak. No bears driving boats in this stream. Is that something that happened recently? Boat up. Well, that game was like way less intense from their side, huh? Yuffie taking Crucible is a very funny idea to me. Kind of like Touch 2, but I'm just going to submit this. Oh, we haven't had a turn 1 Ocelot Pride draw. Hey, Tai, thanks for the sub. Thanks 71 months there. Thanks for sharing that Prime sub. Don't actually like this hand very much against them. No early pressure. They've shown they're willing to answer a currency converter. The arena comes into play tapped. Don't do that. That's not kind. I might literally lose because I led on the plains. The idea is if they play a creature, then you can swords and play the arena glory tapped. But the way that it played out, they got to strip mine my white source. And now I can't go like land drop, swords the ice till. So I just need to like literally draw another untapped white source here. Not a great spot to be in. Well, I guess. They only have 1 card in hand, so I'm not going to like scoop from this spot. They need to play like at least one more thing. How we doings? We're up around this draft. We're in game 3 here. Game 3 doesn't feel favored. Not to be a negative Nelly here, but got me. And I'm not going to run out this Sunbait Canyon. It just gets wastelanded. And I think I want to use it to activate the currency converter. So I'm just going to chill for a turn. Uh-oh. Basically Demonic Tutor, and that many lands in play. Well, that seems hard to beat. Makes my currency converter plan look pretty silly, too. I'll scoop to that. That's good enough. The Shell Dock's turned on next turn. This is good enough here. Sorry. I'm working on a cube video. Like an introduction to Vintage Cube. And I'm trying to collect as many, like, counterintuitive things that, like, beginners won't pick up. I think like alt build paths for Cradle and Academy could be a good little section. Maybe that's a little lost in the weeds. Well, maybe that could be like the second video. Converter plays pretty well with Recurring Nightmare and gives you a token and a discard outlet. Looks like the recurring nightmare plan would have just worked. But it doesn't hurt to be careful. Anytime your opponent's passing with blue mana, it's like, okay, is my thing going to resolve? It's annoying as shit. Not really the best. How'd the Brawl with Ren and 6 go the other day? We did a bunch of different Brawl decks. I probably had the most fun. Ren and 6 was fucked up. That was a fucked up Brawl commander. It felt like trivial to strip mine lock people. I probably had the most fun with playing equipment. I just threw like all the swords into an equipment deck. And like drew some cards and like slowly beat people down with like double strikers, getting the triggers. And that kind of felt like we were like it was winning slow enough that it felt like magic, you know? It felt like there were games. But it was still winning like a lot, you know, because you could just tutor up the appropriate sword for whatever the matchup was, and then your double striker has protection for the opponent's like colors. You wish they were good anyway. I mean, they felt good in Brawl. I almost sacked the Atali into the broadside. Fuck him. Have a terrible use of a turn. And then, like, the short guy is still going. I think we're very disadvantaged here, even though we've got some good stuff going, right? Like, next turn, assuming they don't interact with the currency converter. And I almost binned the Atali just so, like, if they exile the currency converter, I don't lose the Atali, and I can potentially still get it back with the recurring nightmare. I didn't because I would like to make the 2-2. I'd like to sack the 2-2 to the recurring nightmare, right? I don't want to have to sack my broadside. Lion Sash, that's going to slow me down even further. Now I got to get the Palace Jailer down. Or I guess I could broadside clear the Lion Sash. Or Flage it, huh? I could just Flage it. What am I thinking? Stack it right so they can't exile the Flage. Oh, I do need an untapped land, though, don't I? If I want to Flage and recurring nightmare in one turn. Alright, untapped land, please. Well, this kind of sucks, huh? I, like, kind of need to vindicate one of their things, because I'm losing. But I also need to, like, answer this Lion Sash. Oh, they're just going to triple activate here. So that if I want to kill the Lion Sash, I need to, like, serve in. It's pretty awkward. Ace up 7. I think I'm fine packing this. We can, like, make it 2-2 and sack that to finish off the Lion Sash. We lose the broadside. They're, like, pretty close. Then this just down ticks and it's 14 damage. Oh, but I gained 3. I would need a really epic Atali hit. Maybe I'm actually supposed to sack the currency converter and keep the 2-2 to sack to the recurring nightmare, Yeah, that'd be better. And then you just, like, give up on the Atali loop. Pretty bad spot. Yeah, when Shurikai goes unanswered, I think it's, like, more likely to end the game than most Planeswalkers. Like, it's not just a draw 2, discard a card, get a 1/1. This is, like, better than a Jace Brainstorm. It's like a Brainstorm with a shuffle. It's just, like, yeah, just really quality filtering. I don't know if it's, like, twice as good as destroying a card, because you do have to discard one, but, like, you're getting a pilot token. And these artifact decks have so much filler they can bin. They got, like, random artifacts they don't need, like talismans and stuff they don't need at a certain point. And the pilots aren't nothing. Like, the pilots turned into a win con at a certain point. Alright, alright. Seems like a yuffie matchup for sure. God, that game was so awkward, Drawing all those comes into play tap lands. They were, like, some spots where we were very close to having a good turn. But we couldn't play 2/3 drops, you know? Couldn't play the Palace Jailer. Just, like, nothing. Hell yeah, Lupa Crudo. Thalia against the opponent? Maybe. Kind of depends on whether they draw Academy or not. Or they get to dump their hand before you play the Thalia. It has, like, a very narrow window of time to be a useful card. If you're, like, a very aggro deck, then it's pretty good, because you're just, like, trying to blitz them before they play a sweeper. We're not that fast. I'm playing, like, Staff of the Storyteller on turn 2 here. They didn't show us creatures. Yeah, I get that they don't have many creatures in their deck, Lounging Wizard. They did, by the way. That doesn't interact with my comment at all. Just straight up talking past me here. And I know there's a bit of a delay, but... Hell yeah, EJ. Yeah, you're good, Lounging Wizard. You're good. I realized that was probably the case after I'd already responded. You could ninjutsu and then get a staff activation in. I think I'd rather keep the 1/1. Well, it's more damage this turn. Alright. Too bad Yuffie doesn't have... its ability split up, All one paragraph here. Just one trigger. I mean, even if it had 2 triggers, they could wait for the ability to resolve and then path it, though, so it wouldn't really change much there. If you just split up, though, it would be pretty fucked up with, like, ephemerate and such. Hey, speedruns. Hope you're having a good one. Hopefully my bird can get the job done here. You see what I mean? Like, how at this stage of the game, like, Athalia just no longer does anything. This is a 2-mana 2/1. Like, they just had extra mana to spare at the end of their turn, and they're just always going to have extra mana. If you can combine Thalia with, like, Wasteland Strip Mine or something here, or if you have, like, a lot of ways of answering artifacts, then it starts to get interesting, I think. Or if you're really fast and just need to take them off their guard for a little bit. Does anyone know when events stop accepting Season 2 QPs? I think pretty soon. I don't know the actual date. I'm sure it's in a article somewhere. Oh, are they no longer letting QPs be entries? I didn't pay attention. Which I just asked way too much of Magic Online. What was I thinking? I was like, I want to check 3 things at once. You used to be able to burn them on Cube. I mean, by used to, it was literally the last, like, 3 seasons. Fucking Caracas. I'm so sick of that card. Like, opponent would have a good deck against us without the Caracas. It's just like a kick in the gut. Athari, our main hope here. Just no good. No good whatsoever. I didn't play my land first because I thought I was going to play a tapped Blood Crypt, but I think I'm going to play a Plains actually to pay for the staff, so I should run it out. The song kicks ass. The song does fucking kick ass. I really like the first 2 tracks off this EP. Well, Pyromancer might do a little something. Yeah, I hope Battlesnake makes it to the States sooner rather than later. At least we have a clean answer to that construct this time. Because our mana's working. Just an unreasonably good guitar riff there. Yeah, last game I miscounted the Lion Sash, but here there's just a 1 permanent. So we would need to figure out how to bin another one to pump it out of range. Flicker Wisp has been good for so long. Such an innocuous card. Alright. I guess you get a bounce. Hello. Do we have a chance? Do we have a goddamn chance this game? Yeah, we know they've got Odawara to bounce the Blightsteel, but now they kind of have to use their card on that, So much better than giving them the Lion Sash back. Necrogoblicon, that band does fuck. Had the privilege of catching them live a few times lately. Oh, we have Vindicate in our deck. They're going to answer the Crocus and let the Athari come in. Doesn't feel like the game's going to last that long. Unless I, like, literally rip the Vindicate here. I'll probably pay the Pyromancer, bin the Athari, and then just, like, rip the Vindicate off of it. That'd be kind of poetic. Being able to Vindicate the Academy would be nice, though. Looks like 11 mana to me. Am I wrong? Oh. Fair enough. Okay, portal costs 9. Prismatic ending. Target non-land permanent. Okay, that could be an artifact. Could be an artifact. It has mana less than the number of colors mana spent to cast this spell. Well, I got 9 lands. How many different colors do we got? We got red, white, black. Not the answer, huh? Let's do this. Make sure they're not blight stealing me next turn. And then we'll do this, and that will rip me Vindicate to answer the portal. As planned. That didn't work. We do have Broadside here, though. And there's Flage in the graveyard. If you Broadside, serve in, you get to 5 them. Second the season, so it ends up being 7 damage total, put them down to 5. The issue is, then the portal rebuys Flage or Crab or whatever, and you're just like kind of fucked. I think we gotta bring back Flage, even though they've got Crocus to bounce it. And just like nuke our own graveyard here. Just like make the portal a lot worse. It sucks, but what are you gonna do, right? Not letting them have a Thari. Yeah, Thari and Crab and or Flage every turn. And they're probably going to Crocus bounce the Flage, but then you can like play it out and sack it to Bombardiers next turn, maybe. Sure. So at least Duke and Exiles. So they won't be getting back with Portal here. It's almost as much to kill the Ugin as just kill them. So if I just broadside their face, they take 3 plus 5 is 8 plus another 3 is 11. They're at 13. Some awkward shit, huh? Oh shit, what up? Hey Pi 118 thinks the sub thinks the 45 months. Hell yeah, Cube. A little worried about them finding balance here. I think that would just nuke me back to the old Stone Age. Oh shit, what up? Hey, no name 1101 thinks the sob thinks that 24 months out of the 2 years. Can you broadsize the Overlord if you just impend it? Nope, it has to be an artifact or creature, and when you impend it, it's just an enchantment. Broadside's a little bit picky about what you sacrifice to it. Very flexible on time. Oh, they're just going to cast Blightsteel now off the Ugin mana. That makes sense. And then that'll be able to exile the Overlord. But at least they're not gaining 3 life off the Ugin, huh? And we got these insect tokens into play. I think we're actually a lot closer to killing them. Have I drafted a Slickshot deck yet? I want to. This time I was a little deep. I was a little deep into my archetype before I saw the Slickshot, but it was definitely open. Like green-red pump was open. Uh-huh. Got him. Kind of a wild-ass game, huh? Just, like, eventually got there. Opponent was doing some messed up stuff, but at least we had, like, mana to play our cards. Play some magic, huh? Like, they had, like, 3 turns with Portal, several turns with, with Ugin there. The Ugin card's good against me, too. I think Shieldred is my only clean answer. I'll Vindicate, I guess. Yeah, even though this isn't, like, the quote-unquote matchup for Flage, like, they've got a Crocus to handle it once it's in play. They don't have, like, a bunch of creatures for it to kill. Our life total doesn't matter that much, so, like, the difference between a Lava Spike and a Lightning Helix, they're almost the same card, right? But its versatility just like did a lot there. Let us like nuke our graveyard so that they didn't get to recur all our creatures and very easily win. And gave us that last bit of burn at the end to finish them off. What a good fucking Magic card. All right. I'm going to make kind of a weird sideboard decision here. You think Flage getting hit by Crocus might be fine? Sort of. I mean, we've got Arena, so we can like serve with the Flage that turn and stuff. It's not ideal. Sure. So our hope here is actually that the opponent just floods, because they've got way too much mana for me to deal with. And their deck is, you know, they got like balance in there. If they just have a balance, they probably just get to win this game. Because we're going to sit here like slowly playing out our lands, play out some creatures. And they can dump their hand pretty quickly. And that is one of the weaknesses of the ramp deck, right? And sometimes you draw all ramp and no pamp. Hitting a few mana sources ourselves over here. Okay. So, for one, we actually have an answer to that. And for two, it didn't, like, get cast value. So this is like they got to draw a card. They still got a 2-for-1, but in terms of like things they could have done, that wasn't that bad. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Pennington the Beast thinks the sobbing 75 months. Paddington says, thanks for being Caleb. It's all I know how to be, Paddington. It's all I know how to be. Yep, infinite mana +1. Looks like 10 mana to me, Silly enough for Portal if they got that one again. Sure. So I actually have very few answers to a Triplicate Titan. I think it's like Swords of Plowshares or Bust here. Oh, we got Palace Jailer. Well, that's a couple answers, I guess. And I'm actually going to immediately sack the Palace Jailer. That's not going to prevent the opponent from being able to get back their 9/9 if they hit me, but it does put it in the graveyard for Recurring Nightmare. So if my opponent plays out another giant creature here, like say a Blightsteel, now I can play the Recurring Nightmare, sack the Broadside, get the Palace Jailer back, get another Comes of Play trigger. That's the idea anyway. Ooh, Lords of the Trident track. I don't see a Crocus for this Athari. Portal's pretty bad for me. Portal would have been bad for me if I hacked or not, but it's pretty bad for me here. Okay. No. What do you want, opponent? Palace Jailer, I think, is worse than getting back Broadside. Well, actually, no. They both get back their 9/9, but now I can't recur the Palace Jailer. Or yeah, I can. I can Flicker Wisp the Palace Jailer and get that reset. Sure. I'm, like, pretty happy with that. Can Odor bounce your own things? Yeah, I kind of wonder if they should have bounced their own Titan and just, like, untapped and recast it, We're gonna blink their portal. No, they're blinking Palace Jailer. That is very good for me. Like, it's my Palace Jailer, aliens. And if you insist. The game has ended. That was kind of a sick match, right? We beat Active Portal twice. We beat with like a bunch of like value 3-mana 3/1 blink a thing fucking 4-mana 2/2s, but it's like 9/9 flyer go. I'm like, all right, I got this I guess. Is this good? Hot damn. Vintage Cube draft token. How are those getting passed out?